What's up, everybody? This is the Excel Dude coming at you again. Today we're going to be going over time and date functions. So if you need to find anything relating to those, let's say a day of the month, how many days an invoice is due factoring in weekends, and you don't want to actually pull up a calendar and count because that's a waste of your time, this is the one for you. So if you've been liking the content we have, got about 50 videos up, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button or like the video, one of the two, leave a comment, anything like that. And jumping right on in here, this is a list of all the functions I found. 23 or 22 I should say. No, it's 23, okay. Just off the top of my head. And these are the ones I've used in some capacity, so I'm fairly familiar, some more than others. And I've color-coded them to all these blue ones. These are the date functions, and the green ones are the time functions. Definitely more in the dates category, but here we'll jump right in, looking at date. If we click on that, there's a year, a day, and a month. So that'd be 2020, May, and the 14th. So equals date, our example. I want 2020. The month, let's say August, and the day, let's say the 14th. I don't know, pick a random day. And there we go. Date value, so you don't have to type in 8/14/2020, that kind of thing. So it's great if people are, you don't use the 10 key or you don't have that, you're on a laptop, something like that. It definitely speeds it up. Date value, very similar, but we'll pick a date here that's in text. So if someone writes these dates in, or maybe they've concatenated them, done a bunch of other things, and you have some format like this that's not what you need. But you have to make it numeric quickly. You can go equals date value. So date V, hit tab. Then we'll click the date. Well, let's say we want this one. And we need it in text or numeric format. There we go. And again, we have date value. So if you need it to be something solid or fixed, you can always copy. And then that's Control-C. And if you right-click, paste options, paste 1, 2, 3, paste values, you'll see it change from that formula to the actual date. So if you have to do equals that, let's say in 7 days, there you are. It wouldn't have worked if it was the formula, but now it does. You can do that, 10,000 lines, 10 seconds, problem solved. Day, we're going to pull the day out of a specific date. So looking at the function, you pick a date, it's already typed in there, and day, that's it. So this one, we'll use it here for an example. This is going to be the 19th, equals day. We'll click it, enter, the 19th, problem solved. So you can separate things out if you need to pull the days out of a certain amount of, like say, 50 different dates. Okay, cool. You can get some pretty decent analytics in a fairly quick time. Days, right here, we're going to find the time in between two dates. So I've used these as an example, the red and the blue. Go right here, equals days. And actually, if we look at this, you'll see it gives you a summary. Returns the number of days between the two dates. Simple enough. So I want the end date. That's going to be, well, we'll do this one. It's October 19th, 2025. And I want to pick a start date of today. Okay. Now let's say we need to count. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. There we go, 1782. But let's say we wanted a countdown, and it could be from today to a specific date in the future. So equals days. Just another example. Click that one in the future. Actually, let's say this is when we're going on vacation, Valentine's Day of next year. End date and the start date, we'll say today. So we can either click it and have it written in there, or we can use this function, today. Then you just close the parentheses, it's done. Close it again, and it's 74 days from today, which is the exact same as we had over there. The best thing is that tomorrow, when it updates, it's going to use that today function and pull tomorrow's date. So it'll be 73, 72, 71. There's your interactive countdown. Days 360, very similar. The difference being you can pick naming conventions. So let's say you were working in accounting. You need to know 30-day closings. Great, you can do the 360-30 or the 30-30 convention, I suppose. If you want to work in, like say you you're using something with interest rates, you work in treasury capacity in some form. You need to worry about LIBOR interest rates. And there you go. You're on a 360-day year, not 365. You also have to look at LIBOR holidays, so you have to factor those in. You've got to look at weekends. So there's always a good amount that you can use, and that days 360 is a really good one when you have to be very precise in your calculations. Days 360, number of days, yep, between the 360-day year, 12 3-day month, yep. So we'll start it today. We'll click this one. We could also use that today function. The end date, we're going to use that next year one, okay, or in 2025. And we can go false, which would be a 0 if we typed it in here. We can type in either false or 0, true or a 1. Start date and end dates will be approximately 30-day months based on the US method, which is the 12 30-day months, 360 days. And here it's the 31st of the month and equal to the 30th day of that month, so you just lump the two together. So for some reason, we do things falsely here in the US, and apparently Europe is always right. Shocker. Sounds like school. Okay, so we're there. You'll see the days are different though. Those conventions do change, so that's why it's important to understand which one you're using. E date, we can pick that, and 5 months from that date, so we'll go E date, returns a serial number of a date that's indicated number of months before or after the start date. So we're going to start, we will use this date today, and I want to know in 12, let's say 127 months. We have a serial number again, and sometimes you'll get that, not a problem. All you do, show it or click it, and change it to the date. There it is, July 2nd, 2031. And if you want to go negative, so it was 127 months in the past. There we go, May 2nd, 2010. End of month. It's a very similar function. All we're going to do is the same thing. It'll give you the last date. Instead of the exact date right here, it's going to give you the last. So equals EOM. And start date, let's do this one. So 5/31/2021. I want to know in 10 months exactly what's the last date of the month in 10 months from now. Again, serial number, not a problem. You can also do the drop down here, short date, or you can do Shift Control 3. It'll give you something like that. However you want, you like to do it. So that'll be March 31st, 2022. ISO week number. We want to find out what week of the year it is. So today we are looking ISO week number. Let's say we need February 1st. No, let's go with October 19th. Oh, wow. Perfect. I had it here. Okay. So we'll go October 19th, 2025. What week of the year will that be? I have no idea. I don't want to get my calculator out. I don't want to go 52 weeks, all that. We'll just do ISO week number, pick a date, enter. It's the 42nd week of the year. Beautiful. Minutes. Now, so let's say you need to know a minute in the hour. So if we look at the equals minute, it shows a number from 0 to 59. So again, it's just giving you an exact minute countdown. It's good for a timestamp, things like that. Let's say we wanted it now. We can do that. Or if we had a timestamp in a spreadsheet and you had to go in there after that timestamp and verify it somehow or hide a cell, something along those lines. It's the 35th minute. And the thing is, whenever you need to change it, you can hit F9 and all these things will refresh. So you'll see we'll get to the other time functions later. Hour, very similar, equals hour, just like a timestamp. Now, it is 10. It is, yeah, right there. And at 11, you hit F9, it'll do that too. The month, so we can do that, equals to month. And again, you can pick an actual date. It's very similar to the day function. All it is the month. So we're just going to pick this. This should show us a 10. It does. Beautiful. And even if we wanted something moving, we could do today. So equals month today, because that's a date. close it, and it's December, 12th month. There you are. Actually, we'll leave that there. Net working days, again, how many days we want to have in between two dates. The difference is this will factor out weekends, holidays, stuff like that. This one, net working days, I believe it's international. Let's see. Well, first we'll go here. It's a little more precise, the second one, but we'll start with this one. Start date, we're going to pick right here. The end date will be here. How many holidays do we have between now and then? So we have, let's say there's 0 first, for an example. 53. Okay. And sometimes it's a little hinky, so it just kind of depends on sort of the mood it's in. So start date, we'll go here, comma, end date, and between now and then it's early December. So we're going to have Christmas, we're going to have New Year's Day, and we will have President's Day, I believe is before then. So let's call it 3. And we'll also have MLK Day, so 4 here in the US. So I believe that's it. January doesn't seem like any holidays outside of New Year's. So we'll say 4. Well, you get the idea. Holiday. Oh, you know what it is? Haha. Here's what we'll do. So let's say you had the dates down here. Here's the issue. Start date. Today. End date right there. Holidays. We have those. And there it is. What do you know? Gives you a numeric count. And we are all set. Yes. So you have to use actual dates with that. That is the issue. Then we'll go to net working days. And of course, if it's on a weekend, it's not going to factor that in. So there's always a caveat, but equals net work days. Yes, international. 2 days with custom weekend parameters. So this is the best thing, I think. Let's say you need to know your days on your schedule. Same process, start date, we'll go today, random date right there, weekend. Yeah, weekends are on Saturday, Sunday for me. So I'm going to hit 1. If I was off on Monday, Tuesday, I'd hit 3. Same with Tuesday, Wednesday would be a 4, and so on. And holidays, I'm going to use these, why not? And there we are. Now, we're going to pick out the current time. That's all we do. Super easy. Great timestamp. Now, close it, and there it is. And guess what? When we refresh it on the minute, it will change. So we'll get back to that once it does. Second, yes, serial number, we use now. There we go. It's the 5th second. We hit F9. Oh, 9th, 10, 11, 12. Well, yeah, there we go. Time. We do the same thing. So if we have seconds, hours, minutes, we have a series of timestamps. Time. So we want the hour right there. We want the minute. We will go right there. And we want that second. So, close that. And we don't have to format it. So it's great. If we have 3 separate columns of the transaction happened here, you have different data columns, you just use the time function and it pulls them all together for you. And you magically have data that works. Today, same thing we just did. Today, close that. All right. Let's say we want to do something like in a few days. Close that, plus 5. We can add 5 days. We can add, things like that. So it's a pretty cool function, and it'll also move forward. Let's say you have a task that when work comes in, it must be done in 3 business days. Today, plus 3. You just timestamp those, just like we've been learning on all these. You always have that rolling calendar. Weekday. Yep, if we want that. Today is what? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sunday being the 1st. all you do, weekday, click the date, which you can use a now function, and there you go. Week number, same thing, which is similar to this ISO week number right here. In fact, it's nearly identical. This is just the older one. Workday, yes, so we'll go workday, start date, right here. And the days we want to know, 10 days, now let's go 30 days, holidays, 3. Don't mistype your formulas because you'll get that message. And we format it as a date because it gave us a serial number, and there you are. So 3. Oh, that's right. And the work days, just like networking days, same thing. You have to actually highlight dates, and there you are. Factoring out weekends as well. Workdays International, very similar. You see it just has that same weekend condition or convention in there. There, days, we'll say 9. Weekend, yes, Saturday, Sunday. Perfect. So you have a little more ability to specify in there. Holidays, we will go right here, highlight. Helps if I click properly. Close it up. There it is, and we just change the date again. So home tab, right here. Short date, problem solved. Year, same thing. We have a date. Now if we have a serial number, so we have these dates right here, we don't know what that is. We don't want to format everything because for some reason it's just been a messed up weird occurrence. Equals year, click that, enter, voila. Year fraction. So this one's kind of cool. This one, if you need to do budgeting, I like it. You basically pick a start date, an end date, and, well, here, I'll show you. Year fraction, start date, end date, and what's our basis? Are we doing 30-30? Are we working in accounting? It's possible. Are we using actual, which is the actual day count basis, and then we have this 360 days, so are we using 365 day year? Are we using LIBOR? Are we using SOFR? If that ever changes, personal opinion, there's no chance that'll change. There are too many hands in that pot. European 30-60, same thing. Depends on what you're doing, where your holidays are. I'm in the US, good old Las Vegas. That's what I'm picking. It's there, 20% of a year. Okay, that's it. Date and time functions. That is the vast majority of the ones that are in Excel right now. How to use each and every one of them with an example and a walkthrough. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to do any request videos. And if you like the content I'm putting out and you're enjoying these videos, please hit that subscribe button and have a great day. Thanks. Bye.